good to have you join us on the news on Pace TV. My name is Stella NNPC. The former Minister of Education and present co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls group, Dr. Obiageli Ezekwesili, has called on the federal government to employ the most credible intelligence first before commencing on any negotiations with the Boko Haram group. Speaking to newsmen on Wednesday in Abuja, Dr. Ezekwesili implored government to be more focused on results to prevent reoccurrence of previous events. It will be recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari recently confirmed the Nigerian government has started negotiations with members of the Boko Haram sect with the view of securing the release of the over 200 schoolgirls kidnapped in Chibok, Borno State. Scores of workers at Lacasera Company PLC staged a protest on Monday in Lagos moments after 700 workers received their sack letters. Meanwhile, the company has described the protest as an invasion of its premises by hoodlums. Pace TV's Muina Toladipupo tells us more.
A crisis had broken out between the management and workers of Lacasera Company located in Amuwo Dolphin area of Lagos State last Friday over issues bordering on unionization of its workers. A new dimension to the crisis emerged on Monday morning as the workers arrived for work, only to meet the gates of the company locked with a notice of their disengagement pasted on the wall. Officials of the National Union of Food, Beverage and Tobacco Employees, who were also present at the company premises, accused the company's management of the organization of engaging in acts that violate the rights of workers to unionize, as they had done during similar crises in the past.
We received information that last week they were going to sack our members.
Apart from the unfair labor practices being perpetrated by the company, the union also alleges that the company regularly flaws the expatriate quota laws of the country.
A situation whereby every department, all the managers, the key managers, including store managers, including cleaning managers, they are all Indians.
The management of the organization was not willing to react to the issue, as the human resource manager, one Chief Otomowo, told journalists he was not aware of the crisis. Muinat Oladipupo for Pace TV News.
Tragedy was averted yesterday on the outskirts of Sagamu, Osun State, when a Nissan Xterra veered off a major highway at high speed following a burst tire and plunged headlong into a ravine. Miraculously, however, the driver and lone occupant, Alhaji Kehinde Olowu, escaped unhurt, a fortunate situation which he attributed to divine intervention. Pace TV's Austin Eyang, who was at the scene, sent in this report.
The vehicle, which was traveling from Ijebu-Ode to Mowe, also in Ogun State, also knocked down two concrete electricity poles with active voltage and with the power on, raising the possibility of a fire outbreak. And yet, Mr. Olowu, rather than panic and give way to despair, calmly placed a call to the nearest police authorities, who in turn notified the relevant electricity authorities. The response of both sets of personnel was swift.
I was coming from Ijebu. All of a sudden, I just had paused. Before I know it, I was in the bush. But just give glory to God, because He has done a wonder now. It's just God making. I cannot say this how it's just God making. Wonderful. Actually, when the accident happened, when I got the car was upside down. I want to open the door, I cannot open it, so I have to go out to the bonnet. When I go out, I remember that I need to call some people, so I go back inside again, start searching for some.
We just got a call from the office that one of our poles was broken by an accident, so we came in, that's what we met.
We are coming on our way to transmission to go and restore light to NNPC. So when we saw this, the road safety, they are here, everybody is here. So we have to turn back and call our dispatch that they should off the light so that nobody will be injured. That is what we did, and we thank God.
In their remarks, eyewitnesses and members of the rescue party called on members of the public to emulate the example of Mr. Olowu Rather than panic in the face of danger or in the aftermath of an accident, they should immediately contact the relevant authorities for prompt attention.
You have to be calm, and just believe that whatever happens is just God making.
Yeah, anytime they see such, probably they should just go to the nearest police station. At least thank God that there was no loss of life today. And they just go to the nearest police station to notify the police, so the police can always get across to us, and so that we save lives and restore supply to the township on time.
Austin Inyang for Pace TV.
President Muhammadu Buhari has described the newly launched book titled 500 World Editors as one that must be read by not just editors, but all and sundry. The president, who was represented at the event in Lagos, urged Nigerians, especially the youth, to cultivate the habit of reading, stressing that readers will always be leaders. Pace TV's Dominic Agose tells us more.
The over 600-page book titled 500 World Editors chronicled the view of renowned journalists from around the globe based on their practical life experiences. President Muhammadu Buhari was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Oluseye Abegunde, who described the book as a must-read by everyone.
It's a treasure trove of a book that will benefit and educate not just journalists, but politicians, administrators, chief executive officers, managers, and virtually everyone.
Book reviewer Eric Osage and other renowned journalists took turns to eulogize the memory of late Dimba Igwe, the co-author.
The World Editors encapsulates a painstaking devotion to the craft of journalism by masters of the written word in their own right.
Not just journalists, politicians, anybody who is in management, because journalism itself is a business, and there are lots and lots of lessons in that book.
First-class example of two contending professionals, not envious of themselves and cooperating with themselves.
For Mike Awoyinfa, the loss of his bosom friend will not deter him from pushing ahead their common beliefs.
The challenge for me is to keep the flag flying, to write all the books that we've been aiming to write. I mean, each night I sleep, I hear the voice of God and voice of Dimba, the God of Dimba, telling me, that don't fail, don't fail, don't fail.
Dimba Igwe was knocked down by a yet-to-be-identified hit-and-run driver along Okota axis in Lagos last September during an early morning exercise. Dominic Agose reporting for Pace TV.
The Consumer Protection Council, CPC, is set to commence the prosecution against Benin and Enugu distribution companies for violating its Enabling Act in the ongoing investigation of the activities of the country's distribution companies discussed. This decision by the CPC is due to the non-appearance of the two power firms before its panel, which has been instituted to investigate the numerous complaints of electricity consumers on estimated billings and non-provision of meters. In a statement released by the CPC, Benin Distribution Company was expected to appear before the panel on Wednesday by 10 a.m., while Enugu's time was at 2 p.m. on the same day, in line with the schedule of appearance agreed upon with the representatives of the discourse on Monday, the 7th of September 2015. The Nigeria Customs Service NCS Federal Operations Unit Zone A, Ikeja, Lagos, recently revealed that it has seized goods worth 56 million naira. Addressing reporters in Lagos, its area comptroller Amade Abdu noted that the prohibited items were seized within 2 weeks of his assumption of duty at the unit. Pace TV's Muinat Oladipupo completes the rest of the story.
The details of the seizures include 1,887 bags of rice with duty-paid value of 12 billion naira, while 2,854 cartons of frozen products with a duty-paid value of 26 million naira was seized by the banishment of the Nigerian Customs Service. Others include 4 vehicles valued at 9.9 million naira and 12 different seizures of new and used tires, textile materials, and vegetable oil. The controller said that the unit will do everything possible to improve the record against the background of the new order, which calls for total fight against smugglers.
Those in smuggling business that they are fishing in the troubled water, it is sufficient for them to know that there is danger in what they are doing.
In another development, the comptroller in charge of Western Marine has warned smugglers operating at the leisure waterways to desist from smuggling activities.
This seizures came because of the resilience and doggedness of my officers and men. We have been networking with all other security agencies to make sure that we nip smuggling on waters to the barest minimum.
The two controllers sworn that the determination of the units was to degrade the activities of the smugglers through aggressive patrol of all flashpoints in the western zone of the country. Muinat Oladikpokbo reporting for Pace TV News.
You're watching Pace TV News. Next is business. Don't go anywhere. It's good to have you back. In a bid to show solidarity to contract staff of Chevron Oil Nigeria, aggrieved members of the Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, staged a protest on Wednesday in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, at the office of the oil company. According to the union, contract staff of the oil giant had been subjected to inhuman treatment by the organization. The union members, who danced the solidarity slogans as they barricaded the gates of the oil company, not allowing movement, called on the Chevron to review the casualization of their workers and pay all the outstanding allowances of their contract staff. In light of ensuring transparency in all commercial activities relating to petroleum operations in Nigeria, the NNPC, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, has released the guidelines for the participation of the local and foreign companies in the sale and purchase of the various grades of Nigerian crude oil. The release of the guidelines is coming a few weeks after the corporation initiated measures to make the yearly offshore processing agreement (OPA) between it and oil traders more transparent. Also, NNPC had announced the termination of the OPA entered into in January 2015 with the 3 companies, namely Duke Oil Company Incorporated, Ito Energy Resources Limited, and Sahara Energy Resources Nigeria Limited. You're still on news on Pace TV. Coming up next is sports news. Don't go anywhere. In reaction to the 1-3 semi-final loss to Burkina Faso by Nigerians under-23 team at the All-Africa Games in Congo-Brazzaville, the head coach of the team, Samson Siasia, has blamed the team for wastefulness and carelessness. Siasia, in disappointment, stated that he never imagined his team could lose to the West African opponent, let alone by a wide goal margin. He, however, apologized to Nigerians for letting them down by not qualifying for the finals of the men's football competition and bringing the gold medal home. Coming up next is the news on entertainment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Nigeria's foremost soul singer Bukola Elemide, popularly known as Asha, clocks 33 years today. The singer and songwriter has 3 successful studio albums under her belt. Asha, who is based in France, is still very much in connection with her Nigerian roots, as she recently dropped a music video titled Ayo, which is named after the popular Lagos masquerade. Marvin Boss and Dorobuchi master Don Jazzy has just landed a lucrative deal with Johnny Walker. The music mogul announced his new deal via his Instagram page, where he revealed he is now a brand ambassador for premium Scotch whiskey, Johnny Walker. And that has been the news on Pace TV. Thank you for staying around. Once again, my name is Stella. Have a nice day.